Namaskar and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's begin our conversation. The floor is open. Siddhant.
Yesterday we saw a very amazing statement from Pakistan, who had demarched Japan over the mention of the UNSC terrorists in the India-Japan joint statement. How does India see that?
Rishabh.
So from Japan, there is a statement that has come in. It's a social media post by a former minister talking about that how he was involved in the bullet train project, and all the delays have been from the Indian side and not Japanese side. If you can have comment on that.
Akansha.
Good evening, sir. Sir, the U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has posted about U.S. forces targeting Chabahar. Has this impacted India's operation at Chabahar? And given Chabahar's importance to India for trade and connectivity, how does India view the implications for regional connectivity project of Chabahar?
Shailendra.
सर शैलेंद्र वांगू न्यूज़ इन इंडिया से आपने देखा होगा कि रिपोर्ट्स आई हैं कि पाकिस्तान में गिलगित बल्तिस्तान के पीओजे के गिलगित बल्तिस्तान की सो कॉल्ड असेंबली ने एक रेजोल्यूशन पास किया है ये कहते हुए कि उसको एक और प्रोविंस के तौर पे रिकॉग्नाइज किया जाना चाहिए. इस पे आपका रिएक्शन?
Rishabh.
Thank you, spokesperson Keshav Padmanabhan from the print. Yesterday, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security issued new visa rules, making it more difficult for student visas. I know that that's their sovereign function, but nevertheless, has the Ministry of External Affairs taken up the difficulties that this may have for Indian students wishing to study in the U.S. With Washington? And a second question, sir, does the Indian government take a dim view on attacks on civilian infrastructure, oil refineries, ports? Does it take any view on such attacks committed by any military globally? Thank you.
Okay, so first coming to Siddhant, your question, I would say that the joint statement that was adopted during the visit of the Prime Minister of Japan to India, the joint statement has several issues addressed which are of bilateral nature and also on issues on which we have a certain viewpoint. And I would say that our joint statement is self-explanatory as far as your question is concerned. Rishabh, coming to your question regarding the social media post that you referred to, we have seen the post that you are referring to. It is an individual opinion and at considerable variance with facts. India-Japan discussions on Mumbai-Ahmedabad high-speed train are in fact progressing well. Japan will provide E20 train series, but only in early 2030s. The train in question is still under development. Meanwhile, construction work has rapidly progressed. First section will be opened in 2027 itself. Therefore, both sides agreed to start the operations with Indian high-speed train. The signaling equipment has been ordered accordingly and is in line with international specifications. No Japanese offer was received in this context. The project execution is in line with the common goal of starting the high-speed train project at the earliest. Akansha, your question regarding Chabahar, you would have, if you're following the issue, there was a waiver which was given by the American side. That waiver got over some time back. Post that, we have been in discussion with relevant stakeholders as to how to take this particular issue forward. On your question that it was attacked, yes, we have seen some reports in that regard, but we can also tell you that the terminal itself did not face any damage. शैलेंद्र, आपका सवाल पाकिस्तान अधिकृत जम्मू कश्मीर को लेके है, तो मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा और हम लोगों ने हमेशा से ये कहते आए हैं कि जम्मू कश्मीर और लद्दाख यूनियन टेरिटरीज जो पूरा क्षेत्र है ये भारत का अंग है, भारत का अंग था, भारत का अंग रहेगा. तो यही मैं कहना चाहूँगा आपके प्रश्न के उत्तर में. Keshav, on regarding the visa rules, we've sent some reports regarding the visa rules. As you rightly pointed out, visa rules and visa functions and immigration matters are sovereign functions of any state. But having said that, let me tell you that as and when there are issues of difficulties which are brought to our attention in regard to genuine travelers, students, among others, who want to, who seek support from the United States, we take those issues with the US side so as to minimize the difficulties that our people face. Your other question about attacks on civilian infrastructure, it has been our position that we have said all along in this conflict and otherwise in other situations as well, that civilian infrastructure should not be targeted under any circumstance. Vinita?
After the NIA court issued a non-bailable warrant against Lashkar Chief Hafiz Saeed, Pakistan has said that India is not engaging constructively in the investigations of Pahalgam attack, terror attack, and they've said that all these things are standard Indian playbook to use sham legal processes and promote mischievous objective. Also, a related question that after NIA filed charge sheet on Hurriyat leaders in a 1996 mob violence case, Pakistan has offered a lot of sympathetic words to the Kashmiri leaders and saying that, it's a tool to harass Kashmiri political leadership. How would India like to react on that?
Okay. Neeraj?
सर, नीरज न्यूज 18 इंडिया से डीजी शिपिंग ने एक एडवाइजरी जारी की है जिसमें शिपिंग कंपनियों को कहा गया है कि वो सी फेयरर्स को हायर न करें जो हॉर्मुज से गुजरने वाले हैं। आप इस डिसीजन को कैसे देखते हैं? और अभी हाल में एक सरकारी सूत्रों से खबर आई थी कि इस युद्ध की शुरुआत के बाद यानी 28 फरवरी के बाद कुल 13 भारतीयों की मौत हुई है। क्या अपने पास ऐसा कोई आंकड़ा है कि कितने सेलर्स की मौत हुई है?
Ayushi?
So this is Ayushi Agarwal from ANI. What is India's reaction to the proposed US Senate bill that seeks to impose 100% tariffs on countries including India for buying Russian oil? And the proposed US Senate bill also appears to exempt some European countries while proposing tariffs on India for buying Russian oil. How does India view this apparent differential treatment, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, Shikha from India Abroad, I wanted to ask you about how India is assessing the tariffs that have been slapped by US on Brazil. Now, this is as part of their Section 301 investigations that India is also facing. But what we've seen is that an additional 25% tariff has been slapped on Brazil. And the whole plethora of subjects that have been, sort of adjudicated include Brazil's instant payment system, preferential tariffs, and weak anti-corruption enforcement, which means that there are many issues involved. So is this also a sort of warning to India like GTRI has, sort of discussed?
Yeshi?
This is Yeshi Seli from Business India. There are two questions. One is how many Indian vessels are still stuck in the Strait of Hormuz? And secondly, are we buying oil from Russia at all at this point in time?
Okay, let's go over these questions first. Vinita, coming to your question on the comments that have been made. See, the Pahalgam terror attack took several innocent lives. You all saw its barbarity. Our authorities have begun investigations in the matter, and it continues. As far as cross-border terrorism is concerned, you are well aware of Pakistan's decades-long sponsorship and support for it, as also its continued use as instrument of state policy. On your second question, I would say that Pakistan has no locus standi to comment on matters which are internal to India. नीरज, आपने डिजी शिपिंग के जो एडवाइजरी अभी जारी किया उसके बारे में उल्लेख किया है। मैंने भी वो एडवाइजरी देखा है। आप जैसे जानते हैं और कि अभी हालात पश्चिम एशिया में हालात ठीक नहीं है और इसको मद्देनजर रखते हुए ये एडवाइजरी जारी किया गया है। जैसा कि आप जानते हैं कि जहां तक नाविक समुदाय की बात है उसमें भारतीय लोग काफी हैं और ये हमारा एक तरीके से उत्तराधिकार बनता है, हमारा ये जिम्मेवारी बनता है कि हम लोगों को आगाह करें कि उनको किस प्रकार से हम सुरक्षित कर सकते हैं। आपने यही बात की कितने नाविक हमारे इस युद्ध में अभी तक क्षतिग्रस्त हुए हैं। तो मेरे पास नाविक के बारे में एग्जैक्टली कितने हैं वो नहीं कह सकता हूं, लेकिन मैं आपको ये बता सकता हूं कि खाड़ी युद्ध में अभी तक पश्चिम एशिया में हमारे 14 भारतीय नागरिक मारे गए हैं और 2 भारतीय नागरिक अभी भी लापता हैं। तो कुल मिला के 16 लोग हैं जिसको आप कह सकते हैं कि वो लोग अभी इसमें 14 लोग मरे हैं और 2 लोग अभी लापता हैं। और बाकी नाविक का जो संख्या है वो मैं आपको इस प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के बाद में आपको बतलाऊंगा। Ayushi, your question regarding the proposed Senate bill, we are closely following these developments and we are aware of the proposed legislation. That is what I have to say. Ayushi, on the number of Indian vessels which are there in the Persian Gulf, as of today, we have, as you all know, that there is regular traffic between India and the Persian Gulf region. We have 7 Indian ships which are there in Persian Gulf. Indian flag ships which are there in Persian Gulf. As far as buying oil, we buy oil from various countries in the world. It is based on our approach towards energy sourcing, of which you are well aware. Can we go? Chandrakala? Sorry? Oh, on Brazil. That's a matter between Brazil and America. Chandrakala?
Good evening, sir. Chandrakala, Republic TV. My question is regarding Bangladesh. Has there been any communication established between Bangladesh and India regarding, we are learning that Bangladesh has once again asked India to expedite Sheikh Hasina's extradition and return other accused person. And the fact is Sheikh Hasina has herself announced that she'll be returning to on December. So any communication between both the countries regarding the same?
Gautam.
Oh, thank you, sir. Gautam Bairi. This is about a request, another request of extradition from Bangladesh. Home Minister has said they have sent all the documents to Indian authorities for extraditing one person who has been arrested he is in the police custody of the Indian police authority, and he has been charged with the murder of a politician during the election, just before the Bangladesh election. So have you received any such communication, and what is the status of that?
नीरज।
सर नमस्कार, मैं नीरज सुबह प्रभा साक्षी से। सर चाइना जो ब्रह्मपुत्र पर बांध बना रहा है उसके खिलाफ चीनी वैज्ञानिकों ने ही चेताया है, क्योंकि निचले इलाकों के लिए बड़ा भारी खतरा पैदा हो जाएगा। तो एक जो रिपोर्ट आई है, क्या उस पर भारतीय विदेश मंत्रालय ने संज्ञान लिया है, और अगर लिया है तो उस पर कोई प्रतिक्रिया? सर
दिव्या।
So Divya from Indian Express. So some Gulf states have recently sought to exclude Israel from the IMEC. So considering that this was mooted by India during the G20, what is India's view and what's the status of IMEC? What have been the latest discussions? Thank you.
Hello.
Kalur from the Hindu, sir. Sir, my question is regarding India's bid for the non-permanent seat at the UNSC. Isn't this bid coming a bit late in the day, because Tajikistan has been doing it for the last 3 years? And also, will you be lobbying with Tajikistan to stand down? That's the second question.
Okay. So first, Shadakala, coming to your question, we have received a request for extradition. This request, as we have said earlier as well, is under examination, and the request is being taken into consideration, giving the legalities that are involved and judicial processes that are involved. Your question about Gautamda, about another extradition request. See, I cannot confirm whether this particular extradition request has been received or not. But what I can tell you, I can come back to you on that, but what I can tell you that any extradition request will be looked into, given its legalities, given the legal issues that are involved and the judicial processes that are involved. नीरज, चीन जो ब्रह्मपुत्र रिवर पे नदी पे जो बांध की बात आपने की, इस मुद्दे पर ये संवेदनशील मुद्दा है, और इस मुद्दे पे हम लोगों ने इस मंच से कई दफा अपना जो रुख है, भारत का रुझान है, उस पर उसको आपसे अवगत कराया है आपको। तो उस जो हमारी स्थिति है, जो हमारा पक्ष है, उसमें कोई बदलाव नहीं है। Divya, on IMEC discussions are going on between India and the countries concerned, and they are progressing. Kalol, on UNS Security Council non-permanent seat candidature, we announced our candidature on 13th. External Affairs Minister was in New York, where we addressed the members there and launched a campaign. We also put forth as to what are the reasons based on which countries must vote for India to sit in the council yet again. And we are confident that our bid, our candidature will be given due consideration by all member countries. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the close of this press briefing. Thank you.
Then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.